Hi and welcome. You are with Oracle Insight, and today's readings are for the star signs from the 6th to the 12th of December. Now you will find the timestamps for each one in the description below. So check out your sun, moon and rising, and if you find this content of value to you, then do consider liking and subscribing. All right then, I shall see you in your reading. Hello and welcome Aries. So we're going to go ahead and get started by selecting some cards that are going to reflect potential influences for this week. Now you've got fire and you've got the water elements as well. All right then. So Aries, I hope you are all doing well. Get some oracle cards also. Let's see what we can find out here. And lastly, we shall draw some tarot. Oh wow, look at that. Love to see that. The Three of Swords, okay. Oh my goodness. It's interesting that the cards on the table are kind of, you've got the fire element there and desire. And this is for me connecting to this one here and to the last two. While the water element, I'm feeling that that's more in line with this middle one of cycle, transformation in reverse, and Three of Swords. So it could literally be that for some of you, this is your situation, and for others, it'll be this one here. However, let's see if we can meld the two. So with the fire element, there's a lot of passion involved. There's creativity, there are new starts. It's certainly a positive and forward-moving energy. With the water element and sensing, that could potentially be for some of you. It's a time of inward reflection. There could be some, rather it's a go with the flow type of energy. Now I love the fact that over here you've got great gratitude and you've got the Ten of Cups. So we're talking, you know, ultimate happiness here with the Ten of Cups. There's, as you can see, look at that rainbow of cups and colour and joy and celebration represented in the card. So this is, for a lot of you, this is whether currently or you're moving into a time of celebrations, happiness, and with this card of consciousness and great gratitude. So this is you just being mindful, aware of how your attitude supports this continual flow of joy, right, with this great gratitude. So that's about just keeping things going as they are, because there could be something that may trigger you at some stage that causes some resistance and some disappointment, because you've got the transformation card here, Aries, in reverse, and that is talking to some resistance. There might be some things that are requiring attention, maybe neutralizing of some sort. There does seem to be some kind of disappointment or heartache. I'm not sensing so much of that, but the fact that there might be something that comes up that you know, you're not expecting it, and or rather there might be something that comes up that you push against because you're feeling that whatever it is going to, yes, it's possible actually that it's to do with just old patterns of some old habits, some old things that come up that you've actually worked through quite a bit. You've got this consciousness here, which means that, you know, you're in tune with positive thinking, feeling good, just having those things kind of solidify in your experience. So you know where it's at in terms of the attitude of gratitude, let's say. But there does seem to be something that comes up that's going to just test you. And there's a chance that you get drawn back into that situation or the memories of that situation. And this is just letting you know that in order to continue what you've started here with the Ten of Cups, and what you could potentially have at the end with the Ace of Pentacles, you need to keep this in tow and dealt with. And we want you to move along to the Ace of Pentacles here and people, friends and colleagues. So this does suggest socializing, that does suggest potential celebrations on offer. It could be work related, and of course we are coming into that season, so not surprising that this is showing up, but it certainly does look to encourage getting out and about. And with that fire element and desire, you know, there is that supply there within you that's going to, you know, support that ability to connect with others, and that is going to be beneficial for you, because with this Ace of Pentacles here as well, that's really pointing to these connections that you're making, and it could be new connections as well as solidifying old ones, but these connections, the potential is there to actually meet someone who is going to offer you or be instrumental in you being given some kind of opportunity. Now that's because this does look to be, so you can see here you've got the hand of the divine coming out and giving you that coin. So that coin could literally represent coin in the sense of finance. But I'm getting a sense here with the friends and colleagues, it really is about opportunities that can be capitalized on when you do get out and about and meet people. All right, so I think for the majority of you, we're talking about this situation here, and it's just a continual and nice flow. But for some, there might be something that comes up that causes you to, like I said, some walls come up. But this is not a time for walls. This is a time for participating in life with that fire element, that passion. Obviously, acknowledging emotions is important, but we don't want a situation where we dive into past hurts or thoughts that are not going to serve us, and being able to make the most of these cards here. Okay, Aries? All right then, fantastic. And lastly, before we finish off, we are going to select a crystal card. Oh, ancestors. That's an interesting one to receive. Okay. So with the petrified wood and ancestors, that is interesting. So that really speaks to connecting with, well, as it says, ancestors. But I'm feeling that maybe given this time of the year, it's, for some of you, there could be some celebratory type of gatherings that are very connected to connecting with your ancestors. And so this is also there to reassure you that you are not here alone, that you do have the support of those that have come and gone before you. So that may actually be something that is quite significant here, for those of you who might come up against some challenges with regards to these ones here, I think that could potentially be coming in to show you that you have support. And of course, for others, it's about understanding where you are now and what you can potentially develop, and being grateful, being appreciative of what you've been able to achieve because of, once again, what has come and gone before you, before your time. So there we go, Aries. In all, it looks really to be a wonderful week for yourselves. So use that fire element of desire that you have. Connect with those opportunities and make the most of this abundant and very joyful time of the week, for the week. Okay? Excellent. All right then, Aries. Thank you for your time here today, and I do look forward to connecting with you all again in another reading. Take care. Hi and welcome to Taurus. So we are going to go straight ahead and select some cards, astrology cards, to give us an indication of what influences may be ahead for you this week. Get some oracle cards. So Taurus, I hope you are all doing very well today as we head into the beginning of December. So let's have a look. You've got here. And lastly, I'm going to go ahead and select some tarot. Of Wands there. Oops. One at a time. Right. 10 of Wands. 2 of Swords. Right. Wow, Taurus, I love the look of these cards here. So you have got behind the mask here in reverse with King of Wands. Now that is really speaking to you, really becoming more in line, more in tune with who you are, that unique you, that ability to stand in your own truth and in your own power. And given that you have King of Wands here as well, that is really solidifying, reiterating this message here, because the King of Wands, obviously in this card he's sitting, but you know, he is in his own power. So these two cards are just working in perfect harmony with each other. So that is really wonderful. And also with the the 10 of Wands here. See, this card is reflective of where you have been. It's about going the distance in something. You've come a long way. You've come such a long way. In this position here of aligning with yourself, this is similar energy. See, they're both intentions here, intention cards, that section there. So it really speaks to that understanding of what it is that motivates you, that understanding of what you want now. All right, and that understanding and that clarity has only come about because you've had to do the long and the long and the hard grind with this 10 of Wands. It's taken a while, but you are coming into that stage in this time, this week, where you really do feel that sense of potential and understanding of what it is that you can do now that you have served your time in here with the struggle. Because the third house messages along with the 10th house. See, this is about communication. Once again, this is about, in line with these cards here, this is about connecting to truths. It's also about you expressing your truths. It could also represent messages that might be coming in that is going to serve you in some capacity. And it's a positive capacity too, because look, you've got the 10th house in the world. So this is really talking to you being in the world and on top of the world. There is lots of opportunities here to build something, put your name on something. And you could actually be working at something to launch into the public arena. At the basis of it, this really does talk to success, and I see it as that in connection with the cards on the table, that really is supporting you doing so much more, establishing something for yourself that is going to be beneficial for yourself, because the 10th house is a Capricorn. It's an ambitious house. It's a house of ambitions, and given where you are right now in terms of your understanding of what's possible for you, I would say that these two cards here are a very clear indication of you moving forward in some way that is going to be really beneficial for you down the road. And it could even be with the 3rd house and messages, that some of you might even be considering writing a book, or something that involves communication that's going to be released or connect with people of a wider circle. It's not just within a small group. Oh, that is fabulous. I really love that for you, Taurus. So excellent. Now with this, the loving man and the 2 of Swords. So this is just this clarity that you've now received here from these cards. I'm getting a sense that there could be, for some of you, there could be a relationship that may have recently become quite estranged, with the loving man in reverse, and there could have been, and because of that, there's some confusion for yourself. There's, see here with the 2 of Swords, eyes blindfolded and not quite sure of where this stands. So, and it also could be that you had, for some of you, you may have hoped to enter into a relationship with somebody. Maybe there was the inklings, or it felt like a relationship was going somewhere, but then there may be something that no longer resonates in that sense, in that situation, or in that connection. So with these 2 cards landing how they are, that seems to be the case. And if that is the case with the 3rd house and messages, there could be for some of you some kind of a conversation that happens that allows you to potentially, I'm thinking, close the door on this confusion here. Some of you, that could be the case here. These messages here are really showing me that if that is the case for some of you, this one here, this is going to put you in a position where you are now a lot clearer in your connection, your participation in this exchange. And so I don't really believe that this 2 of Swords energy that's here around you right now in regards to that relationship, I don't feel that that's going to be there for too long. There does seem to be some clarity in here with these cards that totally outweighs the energies in these ones. All right. Oh, fabulous. We like that. We like a lot of clarity and understanding of where we're at. All right. So, okay. Going to choose some crystal cards, just the one, but look here, what have we got? Oh my gosh, what was I saying? Clarity, and look at that. Tanzanite, you've got clarity. So therefore, that goes there. That clarity has been provided, and so you will definitely get an understanding of this situation. moving forward. So there won't be any of the Two of Swords energy for you. Dealt with. Love that. Very good. And then you've got amethyst and meditation. So, you know, I think you've done quite a bit of that in your own way. If it isn't just, it doesn't need to, for a lot of you, of course, it could be the traditional way of meditation that we think about. But this understanding that you've come into about yourself has been because you have, in some way, shape or form, had that inner reflection. You know, you've delved deep to kind of get past this energy here. So well done, congratulations, I love that. All right then, Taurus, that is the message that I have for you. So until we connect again in another reading, take care. Hi and welcome to Gemini. So we are looking at your energies for the week. So we're going to select some Astrology Black Moon Oracle cards to let us know the potentials there. All right. The 11th House of Friends, 12th House Escape. Okay. And then some Oracle cards. I'd already shuffled these, so, but anyway, let's just go ahead and do that again. So, and lastly, let's get some tarot on the table. All right, so you've got the 11th house, 35 friends, and the 12th house escape. So these look to be, it certainly looks to be a time where you may have, it's a good time because you have had previously had some conflict of some sort. There's been some disturbances, but this card suggests that those conflicts, if you've had any, you're actually coming out of that now and you can breathe a sigh of relief here. And so that could potentially have been to do with your associations, your friends, or it could mean that at this time, given that you are coming into a time of feeling more at ease and things, whatever restrictions and conflicts you've been experiencing, they are now falling away, and it could then indicate that you are able to connect with others more. Even expand your associations. And so with the Page of Cups here, see, this is, I love that. See, you're looking into the cup here and seeing what's possible. And given that sometimes this could actually speak to like some kind of connection with intuition and divine, and the 12th house, which is the Pisces, the house of Pisces, see, that's here as well. So this could actually be maybe you coming into some kind of understanding, some kind of intuitive awareness now, because look, you have the healing light here. Oh, and interestingly, this Four of Cups is actually the 12th house escape from in the astrology, the Black Moon Astrology book. So isn't that interesting? Okay, that's fantastic. So these literally are representative of the energies together. But here with the healing light, that's talking about you. Once again, there is ease, there is light, there is joy. The Spirit is shining its blessings upon you, right? And so whatever energies that you may have had, like I said, with the conflict and the disillusionment, maybe some disappointment there with this Four of Cups, like a sense of not really being happy with whatever was surrounding you emotionally or within you emotionally. This is you actually coming out of that energy and finding you know, that inner light, that healing light. Oh, I love that. So these are really positive here. These cards here are very positive. And also travel, you've got events here. So the energies are certainly very, very positive on the table for you. And this could literally mean travel, as in this travel from conflict to ease. And it could also represent actual physical travel, like you might have some kind of trip or vacation that's coming up, and it's going to allow you to escape, but escape in a positive way, in a positive manner. It also speaks to moving home, but I don't see that here potentially, unless, of course, if there is moving home, there could be some plans that are causing you a little bit of distress there with the Nine of Swords. So that could literally be like you've got to deal with some plans regarding travel or regarding a new home, and it's just causing you some late nights potentially, and a little worry. Or this could be the fact that you are now moving on. For some of you, it could literally mean that you're traveling away from this Nine of Swords energy, which I believe was where this conflict in reverse was talking about you coming out of whatever passage of time that was creating some stress for you. And so this is you traveling away from that energy. And so it's really, it's talking to, this is, if that is the case, then that just kind of reiterates this message that we're getting here in terms of this healing light, this feeling of oneness, this feeling of connection. And the 11th house and friends, that is also speaking to, you having that uniqueness about yourself. Oh, well, look at that, that's come up. Okay, I was going to choose. So let's get another one. But that uniqueness is about yourself. It's like, you showing up in a way that is uniquely you, and you're able to do that now because you've come out of this stage of disruption, and this stage which may have actually reflected some inner turmoil that was going on, especially looking at that 12th house there could have been those something that was going on internally for you. Oh, and look, you've got past life and healthy body. Okay. Don't you just love this card? Look at it. Have a look at it. I love those colours. See, that really, remember how I was talking about healing? This, for some of you, this could very much apply. It's this lapis lazuli and this past life, it's speaking to healing karma. Some challenges that for some of you may have been going through, and given how the cards have laid, especially now you've got the spirit and healing light, this is talking to you being healed, or you having gone through whatever experiences of disruption and conflict that you may have recently. It has allowed this healing of past life traumas that you would not have known that, or maybe you had known, but you, for most of you, would not have known you brought into this life. And this is really speaking to you having healed that. So, oh, that is so beautiful. So if that is the case for some of you, and I'm sure that could very well be relevance for some of you out there. And with for others, with the agate and the healthy body. So this could literally mean that for some, this is just a gentle reminder to be considerate of your body and how you treat it. And so that would be to do with whatever you eat, drink, how you move your body, etc. Do your best to, keep things in balance, especially now that we're moving into that time of the year where everything seems to be in excess. So that's just a reminder to be aware of that. But for some of you, it could literally mean that whatever conflict and healing that you have experienced, it could actually do with some addictions that you may have knocked on the head too with the healthy body, because with the 12th house there, the Piscean energies, which does speak to excess sometimes with whatever it is that could be your poison of choice, then this is showing that for some of you, you have actually surmounted that. You're in a better place now, and you're in a healthier place. Or it could just literally mean that you've been working out and you're doing very well with that. So fantastic. Oh, that is brilliant. Fantastic there, Gemini. There we go, Gemini. That is the reading I have for you. So until I connect with you again in another reading, you take care. Hi and welcome. So this reading is for our Cancers out there. Now we're going to select the Black Moon Astrology card, and this can indicate the energies that may be around for some of you. Let us choose cards. Oh, that was in the last one. Okay, perfect. Lastly, we shall get some tarot. So Cancer, I hope you are all doing very well as we move into this upcoming week. All right then, excellent. Okay, Cancer, wonderful. Look at your cards. You've got Jupiter return here with benefits, and Leo, I will. So this is a fantastic week. Jupiter return and benefits, you know, things are coming in for you in terms of all the positives. Doors are opening. There are benefits to be gained. Things that you may have been working on are bearing fruits now. There's certainly a time of expansion. So this is really, really good, because it looks like you could need that. You could, or rather you deserve some of that, because over here we have conflict in reverse with the Ace of Swords. So conflict in reverse means that you're actually coming out of a time of conflict. You're coming out of a time of disruption, and things maybe not going well for you. And given that the Ace of Swords has come on top of that as well, that is you having that clarity, having that sort of justice comes to mind, truth and justice, to deal with whatever disruption has been around you, and to slice through that and just clear the air. It's a new beginning. Oh, that's so wonderful. Look, see the conflict, the mountains, and you're above that now. Beautiful. Oh, wonderful. And so this intention card here with playing it safe and Four of Pentacles, I just love how this works, because now this card is talking about you know, staying in that safe zone, which the Four of Pentacles reflects that as well. You know, there's a bit of stuck energy there, and so this is not a time to restrict yourself in terms of what your goals are. With the Jupiter return here, this is about pushing the boundaries, all right? So don't play small this week. No playing small. This is about you getting out of this comfort zone and going towards where these the fireworks and celebrations are happening over here, because it's your week to do that with Jupiter returns. There are benefits to be had, and there are wonders to be experienced. So we want you out there and experiencing that. Don't hold back, all right? But just a little something to be aware of, though, with Jupiter return and benefit, sometimes it can point to being excessive in indulgences, all right? So just be mindful of that, because, you know, we want you to enjoy yourself, most definitely. Just be mindful of that tendency for excess in all manner of things when it comes to Jupiter. Okay, so what else here? And so now this is an interesting one. You've got deceptions here with events and the High Priestess. So there could be a situation for some of you where things are not quite clear. All right, so just just take this with a grain of salt. But there could be some. This does point to some kind of. It says deception there, so let's just take it as it is. All right, there could. This could point to some deception around you in terms of your associations. Now, it could be that there's something that is not being revealed, that's being hidden from you. But with the High Priestess here showing up, that is really pointing to you potentially having an understanding or an awareness of this, that your intuition is actually pointing to this being the case. You may have a nagging sense or a nagging feeling about something. So if that is you, if you have actually been experiencing that, you're correct in your intuitive hits there. So I would trust in that with whatever situation it is that you're dealing with. Now, for some of you, this is actually about you not being clear with yourself, maybe a little self-deception going on. You might not be facing up to the truth of something. And once again, with the High Priestess there, this is really showing that you are aware of that. And this is about you owning up to it, okay? And accepting that. Because look, you've got Leo and I will. See, these, oh my gosh, these two are really fabulous. I mean, Leo, 5th house. So you're talking about creative ventures. This is about you being in the spotlight, you being in the top of your game here. I love how these are just really positive energies together. All right, so this is definitely a time, just looking here, this is not what we want with the Leo and Jupiter benefits. Do you know this? Playing it safe and playing small. No, not this week. All right, so you need to step out into the forefront and have that recognition in some form or another that you are deserving of at this time. But just be mindful of this. And with the High Priestess there, you're aware of that. You've got that intuitive understanding about you, or that insight. So this is where you get to use that and trust it. Okay, excellent. And so next up, we are going to just select a crystal card for you, give you some parting wisdom. But this looks like a fabulous, fabulous week for you, Cancer. Absolutely. All right. Oh, spiritual awakening. I love that. Look at that, spiritual awakening. Okay, so I love that that's come out with this High Priestess. So this is also about, see, Jupiter return also speaks to, because Jupiter is talking about truths. It's talking about expansive awareness. And so this could very well be in connection with some kind of expansion of your belief systems. And maybe this awareness, this Ace of Swords that's come out here with the conflict, maybe here, this conflict that you've come out of, it could have been some kind of inner turmoil as well, where, you've now come into a better understanding of your personal truths. And with the spiritual awakening there with selenite, that's talking about that clarity, that understanding, that purity of essence. This is really a fabulous, fabulous array of cards for you, Cancer. So, lovely. I love to see that. So, all right then, that, Cancer, is the reading I have for you. You take care of yourselves and enjoy the week ahead. It looks to be a really fabulous one. All right, just be aware of this, whatever's going on here, whether internally or externally. Until I connect with you again, take care. Hi and welcome to all Leos out there, Sun, Moon, Rising. So we are going to start off with choosing some astrology cards, and this will indicate potential energies. Well, those are heavy ones for the week. And then we are going to select some oracle cards. And now, some tarot. All right, so Leo, okay, as I was saying, these energies here are quite disruptive. They're quite heavy, there are changes afoot, there are changes that a lot potentially outside of your control, life-changing, draining and trying. These are not energies to deal with. So this could actually be speaking to something that you've been in for a little while. But the great thing is, though, that with these cards here, the back and forth intention in reverse and this Page of Swords, see, this is really speaking to you coming into a stage of clarity. All right, you may have been within these disruptive forces, you may have been, going back and forth in terms of your emotions, back and forth in terms of your mindsets. Maybe you've had to make some decisions. The disruptions, were calling for some decisions to be made on your part, but you just weren't willing to make them. But this is a time of making those decisions. This is a time of ceasing that back and forth motion within yourself and having that clarity, because this does point to finding that balance now within yourself and understanding whatever disruptions these have reflected, you are no longer going to be at its whim. You are the one that's going to take control of where you stand within this situation, and that is fabulous, because now you've got the Page of Swords, who is, somewhat just disheveled, however, still willing to get up and go again, fight another day. Look, that sword at the ready. All right, and there's freedom here too. There's this carefree, not that I'm getting a sense of any carefree lightheartedness. However, it is about being more willing to be interested in what's possible in the future, instead of potentially holding on to something in the past that looks to have reached its time of benefit for you. It's whatever disruptions has happened, and it could actually be relationship, or it could actually be a business of some sort. Whatever disruptions that has been, you're curious now about what's possible, because now you have a better understanding and better clarity within yourself. But you've certainly come out of a situation of loss but you can see here, this man here is obviously on the shore and is watching sadly as that boat escapes him, moves away. So you have experienced a loss of some sort. And so these disruptive and disturbing energies here, that's showing up with this lost card as well. But the Knight of Wands, see, once again, we have got some action, some fire here to light the fire in your belly, to ignite movement forward. All right, so because the Knight of Wands is not going to stand for this. See, let's like that, okay? So this is you understanding where you're at now with the Page of Swords, having that awareness, and you actually taking action to move forward in a way that is going to be positive and beneficial for you in the future. All right, because there's no messing about now. You are ready. You're ready. And love that. Fantastic. Because this is no longer you, this Five of Pentacles, which is this energy of sadness, being isolated, alone potentially. Yeah, you're coming out of that now, because with this card, this intention card here, playing it safe in reverse, you're no longer wanting to be in this back and forth position, to be restricted, to not have control over where it is that you go and what it is that you do. So you're no longer going to play it safe in old energy. All right, this is about moving forward away from this old energy of the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles and the lunar eclipse change and the Yod and Destiny energy. You're moving away from that now. That's no longer for you. You have served your time with that. Oh, that is really fantastic. So this is what we need to focus on here. The Knight of Wands, the Page of Swords, and, you know, the back and forth in reverse and the playing it safe in reverse, because that just shows you that you are ready to move past this, whatever situation this is, and move on to better and brighter things. Fantastic. And with the lunar eclipse and change, one thing that comes to mind is that there is a time period in here from between six weeks and 6 months. So just bear that in mind as you're going through whatever stages you're going through in this situation, because, you know, you're coming out of it now and you're moving into certainly a better and brighter future. But yeah, you're looking at some kind of settling of that within 6 weeks to 6 months. So certainly not within this week that we're reading for, but you're heading in the right direction for that. Oh, wonderful. Okay, excellent. So very good. Now we are going to choose a crystal card and see what kind of parting advice we have here. Okay, so Lovers. All right then. Well, see, this Lovers card here, it says Master Teacher card. So there's some real power in this crystal, this soul connection crystal. So for most of you, I think initially, given the situation of disruption that you're going through, now if it's to do with the business, and you do have a loving and supportive relationship currently, then this is really pointing to a really deep connection between the two of you, and one that is soothing to your soul. And that goes both ways too. But if this is to do with a loss in a relationship, a severing of a relationship, then this first and foremost is really speaking to you making that soul connection within yourself, for yourself, okay? But it also portends to, future possibilities of connecting with a soul, with somebody else in a very deep soul connection. And that's going to be possible, of course, once you find that center within yourself and that soul wisdom within yourself and that love for yourself, okay? So, that's really, really lovely. All right then, so that is the reading I have for Leos. Take care of yourselves through this week, and I look forward to being able to connect with you again. Hello and welcome to our Virgo Sun, Moon, Rising signs. Now we are going to go ahead and select Black Moon Astrology card, and that's going to indicate the energies around during this week. Also I've shuffled these already, but quantum oracle cards. Okay, and let's choose some tarot as well. All right, All right then, Virgos. Now, 7th house partners and 10th house the world. So there's energies surrounding partnerships, and 10th house the world. So there is effort to be put in. There's some diligence. There's some work that's going to be addressed. Some kind of focus that's happening. Now, 10th house the world means normally it's about, because it's a Capricorn energy, you know, it's quite an ambitious card. There is, and it could be to do with work, but given that the 7th house partners has come up, and I can see here you've got events and loss on the table with death. So this points to me more in the sense for most of you, I think it's to do with, I feel it's to do more with partnerships. Now, you've got planning and action here. And this is talking to making plans, making sure that your plans moving forward are well thought out. And this is a time to make assessments, ensure that things are as they should be as you move through this week, because we don't want any kind of loss to happen. That seems to be indicated here with the 5 of Pentacles. Now, this could be a loss, and when I say loss, I mean what you can control in terms of what's to be released, that is in your control, and not where you are feeling on the losing end of something. Okay, even though I don't like that sense of winning and losing, it's more about being in your sense of power in this situation and not feeling like you're isolated, not feeling like you lack in any way. All right, so this is about preparation. And as I said, with the 10th house and partners, that does often speak to some legalities that might be about some legal situations. And if it is to do with a separation, a divorce, then there is some paperwork that needs to be handled that you need to be on top of. Don't allow things to get beyond you. Okay, there's fairness involved. And the 10th house, the world does speak to, you know, what you put in is what you get out, and justice or truth is called for in this situation. So there is with the 10th house there is an honest assessment to be made. So there needs to be integrity within the situation. That's really what I'm trying to get at, integrity. And with the events loss with the death card, now that is a ending and full stop. Yeah, that's a very clear message there. So whatever is ending in this situation, and as I say, for most of you, and point more to a relationship, a marriage, an emotional partnership and connection. However, there will be some of you that this actually points to a business, because, well, partners that can reflect business partners as well, really, with the 10th house as well, because that speaks to career. It speaks to something that you have, something that supports your well-being in life, something that supports in terms of material abundance, how you participate in the world, in your career, in your business. So yes, actually, no, it's not just, yeah, I need to clarify that. I need to even out that. It definitely, and plus with the 5 of Pentacles. Yes, with the 5 of Pentacles, see with the coin there, that could really talk to a loss in terms of finances. Yes, not just relationship, actually. So there's both on the cards then. Okay, and so love this. Back and forth in reverse, and the Strength card. So this is talking about no longer dilly-dallying, all right? You're not going to be, you know, on the fence or unsure of how to move forward, you know, backpedaling on things, considering things again, going over things, regurgitating things, wondering which way to go. There's none of that anymore. There is with this in reverse, this is really talking to you having a clear direction on where you want to go now, having that understanding of what's next. And we want that. We definitely want that. That's fantastic. And of course, you've got strength here. Lovely. You have that fortitude within yourself to get through whatever losses are occurring right now for you and to go forth in strength. Absolutely. You see this strength. Perfect. And you've got two major arcanas here. So there is an ending, definitely, but love these cards. So you can see the yellow at the back there, the sun rising in the background. There is an ending, but it just means that, with that ending, there are new beginnings to look forward to. So we're going to move you along towards that, and you're going to do so in strength. All right? This is not you. No. This is you. Yes. Very good. Love that. All right, excellent. Okay, what we're going to do now is get yourselves a crystal card just for some parting energy and wisdom. Oh, I really love the colouring in this card. Oh, look, and it matches. Look, there's purple in there too. Oh, beautiful. I love that. See, this card really talks to like karmic energies, things that potentially you would have brought into this lifetime, sometimes not aware of at all, and sometimes situations that play out in your lives are a progression, as just a continuum of energies that needed to be moved through in this lifetime, energies that are connected to your past life. So it could very well be that the loss that's you're going through at the moment could be connected to old energies from previous times. But with that death there, that's a real positive. Oh, that just slipped over for you. Did you see that? Oh gosh, that's a really positive indication that those energies are now cleared. And look, I love that. And the colouring too is very similar. Oh, love that. Rites of passage. So you've earned your rites of passage in this situation. Oh my goodness, that is so wonderful. Yeah, you are well on your way to 10th house. 10th house stability, 10th house promise, showing up in the world in a way that is strong and full of vitality moving forward. Blessings to you. That's wonderful. All right then. Excellent. Virgo, that is the reading I have for you. Take care during this week, and I shall look forward to connecting with you again in another reading. Hello and welcome to my Libra Collective Sun, Moon, Rising. So now we are going to start off by selecting some astrology cards to indicate the energies, the potential energies for this week, and then some oracle cards. Give us some more details. Lastly, some tarot. Okay, Libra, so you've got part of fortune increase here in 5th house creativity. Lovely, 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 lovely. So part of fortune increase, this is really talking to things going in ease and flow. Things are falling into place for you. With 5th house and creativity, that can speak to creativity, projects that you are passionate about, that is artistic. It's tapping into your inner child, enjoying yourself in that way, and it could literally speak to children as well. Starting off here with family, friends and guides in reverse and the 2 of Swords. You may have been experiencing some confusion about something, around something. Now, and I'm thinking because of this 5th house and creativity, that could literally be to do with a creative project. And this card is indicating that you actually have some guidance that is available to you in form of spirit a talent guide of sorts, or some assistance, divine assistance, that is really wanting to come through to you, assist you in this confusion, but you of course have to be open to receiving that guidance. Oh, I love that. So if you have experiencing a little bit of a stalemate in terms of something that you're creating, you do have that divine support available to you. It's just for you to actually ask for that assistance to come through and open yourself up to the possibility of receiving it. So that's really wonderful. That's really, really positive. Love that. And with happy success and the star, oh my gosh, look, I love, 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 love this. So happy success. This is about you being successful. All right. And look, you've got the star here. So this literally, you know, this is really speaking to me about a wish coming true, some kind of a wish fulfillment, an inspiration that you've had, that you are developing into artistic and creative and something to be proud of and potentially successful in the outer environment, in the world. But see, the happy success card also talks to your, you know, your consciousness, your ability to recognize the success when it's here, the happiness when it's here. And in doing so, you just continue to grow that, because look here, things are really flowing in your favor this week. It's really wonderful, Libra. I love how that star card, you can see that connection between the earth and the water there, and that combination of manifesting something from like the earth, something that's comes into form, that you have created from within yourself, that emotional depth that you have. Love that. That's so beautiful. And with the Seven of Cups and Peoples, so this talks, the great thing about this card fits in with the fifth house and creativity, because that does talk to children. It does talk to inner child potentially. This is potentially for some of you spending time with family, spending time with children, grandchildren. For some of you, it could speak to addition to family, a grandchild or a child coming in. But I'm feeling more, I'm sensing into this more as the expression of your inner child, more so because of how these other cards have shown up there. So, and if that is the case, if it's speaking to you accessing your inner child and you allowing that playfulness and that flow to express itself more freely from this and out of this energy here of being a little stagnant, maybe just a little stuck, confused. And this really points to that inner child connection being very important, very vital in you being able to create more opportunities for yourself, because the Seven of Cups here, I really am seeing this as endless supply of intuitive, imaginative hits that you have access to at this time to create wonderful artistic, creative expressions. It's like you just have so many downloads. Look, that's coming from the clouds here. It's like you have opened yourself up to, remember this talent guide here. You've opened yourself up to that talent guide, that assistance, that divine assistance. You're really feeling that connection in yourself, and that love, open-heartedness, that that fun-spirited energy. And because of it, it all comes to you creating magic. It really does. It comes to amalgamates into some wonderful opportunities as well. So that's talking to opportunities. No, not only the creations that you have within you to bring forth, but also those creations are going to lead you to so many opportunities that are going to, that's really going to hold so many gifts for you. Why could I not find that word? It's going to really present you with so many gifts and opportunities. Oh, I love that. And you know, this is the week to harness these energies, because you've got the part of fortune there, an increase, and the creativity flowing. Yeah, we don't want this sword, these Two of Swords here, this Two of Swords here to get in the way. No, 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 no. So we're going to move that away, and we're going to launch ourselves into this, the creativity. The connection, the expression, all these wonderful creative expressions that you've got inside you, to just allow them out in whatever shape or form they take. Fabulous. All right then, so let us get crystal card, and this is going to give us some parting guidance. Trust. Oh, I love that. See, isn't that's really, oh my gosh, I just, you know, just intuitively looking at this and feeling into this, I mean, the way it fits in. Oh, I love this look. I'm just looking, the green here, that is beautiful. See, this is where the confusion, this confusion you're feeling in the Two of Swords is going to be dealt with in the trust. That trust that you have, you'll need to have within yourself, for your talents, for your abilities, for your rights to express that. Totally. And also the trust in what's possible in terms of your connections with the divine, and how the divine can assist you in this time. You know, that's the trust also that this card is speaking to. But you know, oh, I could just go on, but it's yeah, that trust there, and just trust in the abundance of the universe, and how you can tap into that in so many ways this week. That's going to serve you moving forward in your creations, and in you being able to receive abundance from those creations. So yeah, wow. Wonderful. So, and of course, abundance in terms of, in all forms, you know, emotional, spiritual, wealth, of course, and creative abundance. Fabulous. So trust, essential as you move forward. All right then, I just love that, Libra. Yeah, make the most of it, absolutely. Take care of yourselves, and I shall connect with you again in another reading. Hi to our Scorpios out there, Sun, Moon and Rising. You are with Oracle Insight, and we are going to be looking at your energies for the upcoming week, starting from the 6th to the 12th of December. Now, I'll just pull some cards here, and then we will get on with your reading. I certainly hope you are all doing very well as you go through these times. And lastly, we'll just get out some tarot. Okay. All right, Scorpio. So, looking at the cards here, it does seem to be a very specific message. And you've got Venus with love, and you've got the Queen and the King of Cups on the table with Justice in the middle. So this does have a very strong indication of a relationship and some dealings within a relationship. Now, with the Queen of Cups here and the Travel card, so that speaks to some kind of movement. So if we just go with the theme of a relationship, so this Queen of Cups, potentially it could either be an internal shift of emotions with this relationship, with this Travel card, because that can also speak to a shift in the a move in the inner realm. So that could be the case, and especially with the cups here, that does point to an emotional shift as well. Now, you've got, with the King of Cups here and planning and action, so that points to plans not going quite right, things being delayed. And with the King of Cups here, it could speak to issues surrounding, if you have a person in your life, a partner that you're having dealings with right now, there are either that person is actually causing delays in regards to a situation that you're dealing with at the moment, or just generally there seems to be some kind of influence here that is of interruption and things not quite going to plan. And with Mercury retrograde and reinvention, that does speak to delays, that does speak to pauses, things not quite working out as you had intended. So that is something to definitely bear in mind as you go through this time. And with that card, actually, there's also potential for issues with technology. So if you've got, you know, computers and things, that's a kind of signal to ensure that things are backed up. All right, so you don't lose anything important. But with professional assistance in reverse with the Justice, so this speaks to requiring assistance to get through a situation. So assistance could be a therapist, it could be with the Justice there. It does look like a clear indication for legal assistance, that you might be needing some legal assistance with regards to a matter that you're dealing with at the moment. Wow, okay. And with the Venus there, see, that's why there does seem to be a very specific message here that a love situation, a partnership is not, there are some disruptions right now. It's not going as smoothly as it could be, and you may actually be seeking some kind of advice with regards to that. And it also could actually, with this, given that that's the Queen of Cups and the King of Cups, which does speak to the emotions, it could actually just be not necessarily legalities, but you could be, the two of you might be requiring some kind of a mediator, an intervention, some therapy to get you through a rough patch, because with the Mercury retrograde reinvention and the Venus in love, see, that both points to, one, it's not such a great time to actually initiate actions that involve clear-cut separations and a parting, a definitive parting, because that indicates that there are more details in there that need to be investigated, and also that what you are perceiving is not actually the be-all and end of it. Is that the saying? The be-all and end of it? Oh gosh, I don't know. But it's not the end. This is not something that, it's not a time to actually initiate. If you are actually looking, okay. If you are actually looking at a separation, then this is an indication or a suggestion that it would be good to see what you can do to meet in the middle with the Justice and find that balance between yourselves. Because you've got Venus and love there. I mean, that's speaking to love, that's speaking to the ability to, nurture that. That's a really supportive card in terms of what is still possible. Yeah, it's these seem to be very specific cards to come out. And on a, coming at it from another facet of this, when I was talking about the Queen of Cups and the potential change in emotions. It could be relative to some kind of planning and some kind of maybe the two of you are actually not seeing eye to eye in how to move forward with something. Like with the disruptions that are happening with the planning and action, that does seem to be like a component, a catalyst in some kind of emotional shift that's happened. So if that is the case, and there have been some negotiation or something that you've had, that you've been working on together, and it just hasn't gone the way that you had wanted it to, these cards are really suggesting that all is not lost. Okay, with the professional assistance there, it is definitely an encouragement to seek what assistance is necessary in order for the two of you to come to a compromise. And with that compromise, you'll actually be able to reinvent, come to a new starting point where you could actually move forward from. Yeah, it is a case of there is more to be gained for the two of you to continue, as opposed to actually deciding that this is where it stops. Yeah, that is very specific, isn't it? All right, so now we are going to see if I can... all right, I think I have a sense that also if there, some of you might actually be planning a trip, and with the Queen of Cups here, so you've been looking forward to a trip for some time. This Queen of Cups here, you've been really looking forward to a trip, and it looks like with that card there, there is a trip on offer for you. Now, with the Mercury retrograde there, that's a suggestion to ensure that you double check your itineraries, flights, your tickets, make sure your passport's up to date and with you. All these things need to be ensured, because there is a possibility for things not to quite work out if you don't do so, because you've got the planning and action here in reverse. So for some of you, yeah, it could be that you are actually moving, and it could actually be that you're a moving address. That also can speak to a moving address too. So there could be somebody in your life who is going to assist you with that, somebody of the Queen of Cups, or to go with you. Queen of Cups person, that's the energy of a Queen of Cups. But with professional assistance, yeah, given that with the Mercury retrograde there could be something that you need to make sure that, like for instance, your visas are done correctly. So if you have been looking into that yourself, maybe get some professional advice as well, just to ensure that everything is above board and there are no issues with that. And you never know. Wow, there are different aspects coming out now that I look further into it. So you could even meet, look at this. So now that I'm looking at it again, this could actually also be an indication of a love connection when you are traveling, given that the Venus in love is there. So, all right then. So it's this can actually speak to several interpretations then, because Queen of Cups, King of Cups on the table, and you've got Justice, professional assistant. So now that would be, if that was a Hierophant, then it would be like, oh great, there could be a potential, a deeper connection there, engagement, something of that nature. But with that Justice there, and with Venus in love, see, this is the thing with Venus in love there. So whatever the case, there is going to be a time this week where you will be enjoying yourself. You will be appreciating the luxuries in life and what's about and what's possible. And that is going to put you in a really good state of joy and balance with this, if that is that particular interpretation of travel is relevant for you. But just be mindful of ensuring that the details surrounding the travel and all the legalities about if you are traveling internationally, all of those requirements have been met, and double check, triple check, all right? Okay. I haven't given you a crystal card yet, so let's see what the crystals say. Trust. All right, there's an aspect, there's a component of trust that's necessary this week. It's a gorgeous colour. That's beautiful. So this is really relevant to those of you who this speaking to the relationship in terms of going through some difficulties right now and potentially misunderstandings. This is speaking to a deeper trust is possible for the two of you during this time. And it's a healing of any kind of, as I said, like a misunderstanding. There is energy there to support your ability to reconnect in your relationship. So, oh, that's beautiful. All right then, Scorpio, that is the reading I have for you all. So all the best, and I look forward to connecting with you again another time. Take care. Hi and welcome to Sagittarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. We are now looking at the energies during the week of, oh look, Jupiter return. The week of the 6th to the 12th of December. Now, let's get some more cards and then we'll get on with the reading. I hope you are all doing very well today. Okay, and lastly, some tarot. Oh, look, love that. I love the look of these cards, Sagittarius. All right, so you've got Jupiter return benefits Neptune and sacrifice, as well as in this first position, you've got present power and consciousness and the Ten of Swords. So you are coming into a time of flow and ease. Now, you may have previously or are just currently moving out of a time of could be a loss, a time of loss, or just some uncertainties. This shows that whatever difficulties that you've had in the past, I mean, you're now actually finding that center within yourself. You're finding that balance to move forward. You're no longer being held back by the issues of the past. All right, so this is fabulous together. And this is just saying, yeah, that whatever you've been dealing with, that's the end of it. Oh, I love that. And as I was saying, given with Jupiter return there and benefits, this is really indicating that whatever you're moving out of, you are certainly moving into a really good time this week, okay? Because things are falling into place for you. Doors are opening. Yeah, it's a time where you get to benefit from, sometimes it can be a case of benefiting from things that you have actually put into action previously. But I'm getting a sense here that this is really supporting you in your moving out of whatever disruptions or times of hardships. Now it's, yeah, that's gone. That's finishing now with the Ten of Swords. Oh, that's been put to rest. So yeah, go for it, move forward. But this is just reminding you, you need to stay in your present power, okay? You don't go back and forth. Yeah, the power for yourself is understanding that the here and now is what counts, all right? Because look, you've got here loss. So so you've come out of some kind of, either you have a loss that you have had to face. Actually, this looks like it could come back in, or there's something new happening. You're connecting with a situation or a person that's going to bring you a lot of happiness, because look, there's Four of Wands there in celebration. So whatever connections you are looking to create or reconnect with, it's going to bring you a lot of joy. But with the teacher in this teacher in reverse, this just speaks to some confusion about a situation. And given that Neptune and the sacrifice is there, that also speaks to a little bit of uncertainty. It could point to things not being quite what they seem. So you're obviously wanting the happy ending. You're wanting the Ten of Cups, and who wouldn't? Absolutely, this is the way to go. So, but in your search for the Ten of Cups energy of happiness, which is also reiterated here, so you're definitely on the right track. And just be mindful of. Just be mindful. Yeah, just be mindful in whatever situation you're in. Just be mindful, okay? Because sometimes with a Neptune, that can speak to, you know, things being hidden and you not actually seeing clearly what needs to be seen. And with that teacher in reverse, that's suggesting if that is the case, you might need to seek counsel outside of yourself, all right? You know, a trusted friend, maybe have a chat and see what other insight can be gained from someone else. Oh, isn't this fabulous? I love that though. That's really wonderful. You're really coming into a time of a lot of happiness. And if it was to be a reconnection with the Lost card in reverse, that's really speaking to making sure that, you know, both of you are honoring. You're bringing honor and integrity back into that connection, you know, because you're starting anew. This time of endings and a time of disruptions and turmoil or whatever it is that you're going through. See, that's gone. So we don't want that energy being carried into the new situation, the new connection. So just make sure, just be mindful of that when you go forth. But you know that this really does speak so beautifully to a happy time. And with Jupiter benefits in there, that is just a stamp of approval on all of this as well. All right, so just hold to that and be mindful of the things that might not be clear, because Neptune can bring in some confusion sometimes. And you know, I was speaking to relationships because that does seem like that is what we're looking at here with the cards. Now, take action. Great. See, this is you being in your present power and moving forward. All right, this is not about, you know, we all need some time to, you know, come to terms with things when things are ending, when situations, relationships, connections, businesses, whatever it is, when that comes to an end. But this is about not staying in that stillness. Okay, you've done what you needed to do. Now it's time to move forward in action. And so for those of you where a relationship is not really what it is, that's not resonating, then this is a time where whatever uncertainties you had previously in whatever venture you're looking at or you were dealing with, it is time to let that rest. Okay, that is now the past, and any difficulties concerning that is now settled or will be settled. Time to take action to move forward towards this Ten of Cups. And if there is an opportunity, a venture coming back in, be, like I said, with the relationship, make sure that you are in integrity when reconsidering that, as is with any other people involved in that that venture. And definitely with this here and the Neptune and sacrifice, there will be some details that you will need to seek guidance outside of yourself, potentially if you're finding things a little bit uncertain in regards to this project that you're working on. But with Jupiter benefits there, this is speaking to the hard work that you've put in previously is going to, you know, it's going to bear fruit, whether that's in a reconnection with a venture before that is now kind of resurfacing, or whether it's about you starting something new. Yeah, great time, great time. Just be mindful of the nebulous factor with Neptune. All right? Oh, I love that. Either which way, you know, this is positivity. You are moving forward, and that encouragement to take action. Yeah, absolutely. Because the energies are supporting you. And it's your month, of course. So, oh, how could I have forgotten that? So happy birthday to those of you Sagittarius sun signs out there. All the best as you move forward through this time. And I look forward to connecting with you again. Take care. Hello and welcome Capricorn, Sun, Moon and Rising. You are with Oracle Insight, and today we are looking at your energies, energies for the 6th to the 12th of December. So I'm just going to select some more cards and then we shall move into the reading. I hope you are all doing very well today. All right. Okay, well that shouldn't be like that. Perfect. Okay, Capricorn, let's see what we've got here. We've got Pisces, I believe, 6th house routine. Okay, and then starting off with victim mentality in reverse and 6 of Swords. This is a perfect combination because this is talking about this victim mentality, and it could be, you know, when you're just feeling you're just not feeling right about something to the point where you just feel like you can't move forward at all. But this 6 of Swords is actually speaking to you moving forward out of this energy. So this is fabulous. Okay, so this choppy water over here, where you may have been, that is not going to be the case for very long. If not, you've already started to move in that direction anyway, in which case you are here now. This still water at the top there. And with Pisces belief, so this is, with regards to these cards here, Pisces, sometimes with that card, it can indicate where you don't have boundaries in place. And if that is the case, and this victim mentality, it could actually be connected to relationships with others, and maybe there has been a situation where you felt dominated or overpowered emotionally in a relationship or a connection. And this is actually speaking to you, you know, coming to that point where you have rediscovered or will be rediscovering that balance and that power within yourself. So on one hand, let's just be mindful of that. Obviously moving forward, when you're connecting with others, you need to hold your boundaries. But secondly, you know, belief, that belief. Okay, so have that belief in yourself as you do so. That's fantastic. Now with the planning and action, well, that's interesting. These are perfectly combining. This is talking about things not going to plan, things being unorganized, or there are some delays in terms of anything that you had set in place. And with the 7 of Swords here, that's just that card is really reiterating these energies where there is some disruption, and this could indicate that it's not It's actually disruption that has been caused by someone else, matters outside of yourself. So that, I mean, that could point to just the external environment in general, but given that the Seven of Swords is here, and see that figure here and heading off with those swords, I'm getting a sense that it is actually someone who is being the disruptive factor energy in these plans and actions, not following through or being delayed. And also, given that the Pisces and what I said about the victim consciousness and maybe not holding boundaries, and some person in your life has quite a dominant and overpowering personality, it could be that that person might be factoring into these disruptions that you're experiencing. But the sixth house and routine is showing up here. So in connection to this, see, the sixth house is speaking to, well, it says routine. So this is about taking control of what you can control. All right. So becoming as organized as you can be, setting a structure in place for yourself. So plan things, and this is about you committing to this routine too, all right? So it's really encouraging you to find that routine, and that's going to get you through this time of disruption, right? And it could even be due to health. So if there is some kind of, for instance, if you're starting a new regime, then this is encouraging you to do so, and it's going to benefit you too. If you were to become more active, just participate in something on a regular basis, walking, dancing, whatever it is that you like to do, but something that's going to be set up on a regular basis, and that's going to give you some kind of structured environment to set you in place to move forward. All right, so that's good too. That's something that would be very beneficial for you, Capricorn. And you've got decrease here with the Magician. This is fabulous. This is about some you reaching a period of stabilization. You are finding your balance again. So no longer with this card here in reverse. See, can you see how he's bound? He's bound to the bed there, but like the water is, this waterfall here is a reflection of something that he can tap into, to, you know, to provide him some buoyancy. But with head in his hands, he's not able to look at that and see the opportunity there. So this is no longer you, all right? This is no longer you. You are now in a position where you are finding that decrease in reverse. So it's about you finding that balance for yourself. And that could be because sometimes this points to external circumstances that have influenced a period of time that you've gone through, where there may have been some restrictions that were imposed upon you. And this is talking to you moving away from that restriction and finding that better positioning for yourself. And look at that, you've got the Magician. Love that. So yeah, this is you being in a position to create something from this stability, and that's what you've needed. You needed that stability, and you've got it now. So this Magician, this is you taking the reins. No reins here, but you know, you are taking hold of all of these items here, and you are going to use it to your benefit. So this is really encouraging you to take control, all right? You're the one that has to be in the position of the Magician in order to be able to manifest what it is that you are wanting, and that is obviously a better life for yourself. We all want that. Fabulous. That's really good. So yeah, these cards are really wonderful, but I'm really drawn to the sixth of house and routine. Yeah, this, and your Capricorns, you like that sense of that ability to be able to be well grounded and to work on something, to build something. So this is probably something you know anyway, but this is just a reminder to tap into that side of yourself, reconnect with those intentions to, you know, create some structure for yourself, because it's really going to benefit you in putting you back on track and moving away from this energy here. Because look, you've got the Six of Swords, you're definitely moving away. All right, so now we're going to choose a, oh my gosh, look, balance. What was I saying about balance and finding a center? That is so good. That is so good. I love that when that works. Oh my goodness. There you go, Capricorns. Born Sun, Moon, Rising out there. So this is a time of balance. This is finding that balance within yourself, that center, and moving forward with that towards better times, a better time of possibilities with the Magician there and what it is that you can create. And look, you've got Pisces there too, I believe. So Pisces, you know, there's that creative aspect in there, that creative energy and influence that is accessible for you. So it's about tapping into that and having that sense of belief of what you can create. But you're definitely on the right track, so keep going. Well done. All right then, Capricorn, that is the reading I have for you. I hope that it benefits you in some way as you move through this time. So until I connect with you again, take care. Hello and welcome to Aquarius, Sun, Moon and Rising. So you are with Oracle Insight, and today we are going to look at the energies for the 6th to the 12th of December. Now I shall just lay out the cards and then we will get into the reading. I hope you are all doing well as you're moving through this time, Aquarius. Oh, I love Ace of Wands. Fantastic. Perfect. Okay. Okay, Aquarius. So you've got void of course, moon missing, and first house, the body. It's interesting because these are kind of opposite energies, really. The first house is talking about action, and this energy is about non-action, not doing anything. And isn't it interesting? Can you see there that you've got 52 and 25? So it literally, it's like mirror opposites. Oh, I love that. And so that is actually very much encompasses the energies of those cards. All right, so let's start off with you've got deception here in reverse with Two of Pentacles. There you go. So it looks like you've been dealing with some kind of conflicting energies around you right now. You've been juggling situations or people. Maybe there has been, I get a sense with what's on the table here, maybe you have moved into a different area of work, potentially in a leadership role, and you're trying to find your balance within established group of people. Because the first house, that does speak to the body, that does talk about leadership. It's about being in your own power. It's about being in the forefront of something. So I'm getting a sense here that whatever energies around you at the moment, which could be to do with, like I said, a work situation, if it's not work situation, whatever external connections you have, and there may be some feeling of things aren't quite right. And the void of course moon is really saying for you not to participate in that energy, and that there's nothing that you need to do with connection or connecting with those people. It's about you going forth and doing what you normally do. Okay, just concentrate on your task, concentrate on your responsibilities, and be as centered as you can as you move through this time, because there's nothing to be done with the void of course. It says nothing's going to come of this situation. I think it's just about If this is you moving into a new role, it's about you just going through that settling in period where, you know, you're all getting to know each other. So if that resonates, yeah. And so, yeah, you're juggling. You're trying to juggle things, you're feeling a little bit uncertain. It's not that actual stability or balance for you, but that it's all right. This is really saying that it's going to be okay. It's going to work itself out, okay? So just move forward and concentrate on you. Because this is really, in addition, this is really speaking to that energy, you moving out of that energy, do you know? So yeah, I think it just takes a bit of time. Everything will settle down around you. All right, so don't worry about that. And with the Ace of Wands and the Sacred Temple, I like that. All right, so, and this is very much a first house energy, you know, with the Ace of Wands, that one of fire there. So now in this situation, this is really speaking to, firstly, this one. This is actually speaking to you being in a time right now where you have access to divine guidance. And with this card, it specifically, it speaks about the Akashic records. And with the Ace of Wands, see, that can speak to spirituality too. So, wow, that's wonderful. So this is really encouraging you, if you are of that inclination, that if you're interested in looking into starting, or if you are already within that realm of belief, which might be why you're clicking on this channel anyway, so that's fantastic. So either which way, if you are already very much open to that, then this is a great time to dive deeper into it. And if you are beginning, or if you are willing to look into beginning that kind of connection, this is really supporting, the energies are supporting you to do so, because there's a lot to be gained. You are in a time here where you are developing something. There's a real sense of initiation here, real sense of initiation. So there is some energy supporting you to develop something. And if it is your spirituality, then that's going to be on fire. It's like this, the time is really ripe to investigate that further, all right? We'll dive deeper into it. And with back and forth and the Pentacles, Page of Pentacles, see, this is really talking to, it's a little like this energy here. You see, you're uncertain about something. As you can see here, there's that seesaw happening here, and all the while he's not moving anywhere. Do you know, it's just back and forth, back and forth. So we don't want that. If you are trying to make a decision, and I'm getting, just something popped into my head. If you are looking to move away into a leadership position elsewhere, then this is really talking to you, taking action on that. It's not about dilly-dallying anymore. You've weighed up the options long enough, and this Page of Pentacles is really pointing to an opportunity here that is going to be, has the potential to benefit you. So if that is the case for some of you, where you are looking to move on from a position, this Ace of Wands here, that looks to be, you know, that's a take action kind of, like there's inspiration to move on, to create something, and this is the opportunity given to you, presented to you to do so. All right, so that is fantastic. And just like I said, pairing up with this card here, it's a real green light for certain. And if you have actually moved into a position and you are just trying to find your balance within a position, because with those disruptive energies towards the newcomer, then this is about you just moving forward, and whatever inspirations you had, intentions that you brought into that role, and how you foresaw that it could develop, what you could do within that role, then this is really suggesting that once these energies have settled down, and they are settling down, you know, you're moving forward from that, then if you did have some kind of project you wanted to launch, then this would suggest that you can move forward. You can move forward with it. It's time to actually take action on that, right? Get things moving towards it, because it looks like you're going to be presented with an opportunity to actually do so. So that is really, really fabulous. Love that. And, you know, with the body there, it just comes to mind that, you know, look after yourself as you're going through these times. Obviously, we're entering into lots of celebrations and holiday season. So you want to make sure that you're healthy, your physical vehicle is healthy to, you know, to take you through in a good way. So that was really fabulous energy there. So Aquarius, that's really wonderful. Love that. And yeah, look, initiations, beginnings, a connection that's going to actually be very beneficial to you, because it seems that Spirit's wanting to come in and work with you, for those of you who are open to that. Okay, fantastic. Right, ancient wisdom. Ooh. Wow, Aquarius, ancient wisdom crystal. Look at that. My gosh, this speaks perfectly together. These are really, and it's a master teacher card too. So yeah, this is saying that you have the ability to tap into resources within your soul memory. There's this ancient wisdom. And like I was saying, this card really actually connects, speaks to being able to access the Akashic records. So that, for some of you, this is on offer, and this is encouraging you. This is definitely saying, it's supporting this message here that that is possible. And it's master teacher card, so it's really encouraging you to do so. So, oh, I love that. All right, Aquarius. Brilliant. Okay, then that is the insight I have for you today, Aquarius. I certainly hope that this serves you in some way as you move through this time. So until I can connect with you again, you take care. Hi and welcome to Pisces out there. And so we are going to do your reading today for the energies of the 6th to the 12th of December. And of course, this is for Sun, Moon, Rising Pisceans, okay? So firstly, I am going to select some oracle cards. And then we'll get on with the reading. I certainly hope that everyone is doing well out there as we move through this time. Okay. All right, Pisces. So let's get on with this reading. Now you've got lunar eclipse here, change in South Node life steps. Oh look, 42, 43. Right. So this is talking about changes, and they're not pleasant ones at that, it would seem. You are going through some kind of, the beginnings of something in order for, the endings of something in order for those new beginnings of wonderful things in your life to be able to come in. So this is really about letting go of something, and look at that, you've got letting go here in reverse with the King of Cups. Now this really speaks to me. These tables, the cards on the table is really speaking to a shift. There's a change taking place, and it's going to require a shift in consciousness from you. There's something that you could be personally attached to a person. It could actually also be a person that you are, you've got a very strong attachment to, but that attachment is not serving you in the best good. So you've got the devil there. So for some of you, it could be a person, all right? And it is no longer serving you. And this card is saying that you are needing to come to terms with that, and you're needing to let go. Now, the King of Cups showing up there, for some, it could be that there is somebody who can assist you with some emotional support to actually go to take the steps with what is needed in this situation. A mature person who's very emotionally stable, grounded, and who can be of support. And that could be male or female, all right? But actually I'm thinking male. Yes, I'm getting a sense of that. Or this could actually be, if it's not to do with any external influences and it's actually your own sense of feeling and mindsets, this is really speaking to you letting go of those mindsets now, because they are not serving you in your highest good. And once again, I have to point out the devil there. And it's about you releasing that in order to get this stability for yourself, that King of Cups energy of emotional maturity. You're growing from this. It's a growing lesson. These cards here are really speaking to a growth period that, you know, it's uncomfortable. It's uncomfortable, but it's something that you need to go through. Now, so this is what we're aiming for, if that does resonate with you, some of you out there. The King of Cups energy of stability, of emotional stability and certainty, all right? And so with this devil and consciousness, so consciousness of lack. So if this is to do with internal influences, how you're feeling, how you're thinking, then this is just reiterating the fact that there needs to be some intention and some action within yourself to actually move away from that, because it is not serving you whatsoever. With that consciousness there, the 5, and you've got the devil there too, that's basically one and the same. Those energies, very much so. You are being held down by, you're chained to old emotions, old habits, old perspectives that are not serving you whatsoever, right? And if it is somebody, if it is somebody external to you, then that is the same thing. They're not supporting you in what it is that you need to do in order to be more conscious, be more within your own power, and have that consciousness of abundance. It's not serving you whatsoever. It's, you know, there seems to be this energy of defeatism about this connection, if that is the case. And like I was saying with here, in terms of having a really strong attachment to something or someone, then this is showing up here as well, that you've felt bound by this person or situation or emotions. So that's quite heavy, but you know, it's just these cards are really just making you mindful of the energies around and assisting to, you know, help us make better choices that will be more supportive of us. So these cards are really, they could literally just be on top of each other in the sense of the energies. They're really speaking to the same thing. 1, 2, and 3. And then you've got here 7 of Swords and this Fear in reverse. Now, this is actually speaking to you moving out of this energy, right? And this would probably, given what I said about some of you, a person is going to be the focal point of this attachment. These two cards together for me really speak to that person moving out of your sphere of influence in some way, whether they actually decide to leave themselves or you come into that awareness first and initiate that move. Either way, it does look like that is definitely the energies of you shifting from this here is strong. So that's what this is showing, and I love that. So well done, Pisces. So it could be that if that resonates with you, if there's a person here that that is the focal point of that attachment, then it does look that that person, that hold is being released. But if that is the case, there could be that there's, yeah, things are probably not so, there might be a little bit of subversive kind of behavior or actions in the leaving. So just be aware of that. Nothing to be afraid of, because you've got this, okay? You've got this fear in reverse here. That's, like I said, that's saying that you're getting it together now, and you're moving out of that energy. So you're the one with the power there, okay? You're the one with the power, not this energy here. And if it's not to do with a person, but it's to do with, you know, just your own internal emotions and how your thoughts, etc., then this is just pointing to you just being aware, that just being mindful of those times. Just be mindful of those times when it does kind of creep back in, and you've got to kind of get a handle of it again, and make sure that you're on top of those clearing out those energies, okay? But with these cards here, it does look like it's a time where it's not a smooth ride with the Seven of Swords here, and the efforts you're making to get yourself out of that, which is fabulous, because then, you know, in that case, you've recognized these energies here, and now you're taking control of the situation and ensuring that, you know, you come out and better off. So, but these thought patterns, yeah, it can be tricky. It can be tricky to get a handle on it, but it looks to me like you're doing that. So that's really fabulous, because look, you're moving on. South Node, life's debts. Do you know that does talk to past, like karmic connections, karmic debts, like you say, life's debts there. And with how significant these changes are appearing as with the lunar eclipse, that's quite significant change, and, you know, lots of upheaval. It's about clearing that out, all right? So these karmic debts or energies or lessons that needed to be dealt with, this is really pointing to you dealing with that and settling that. Okay, and then starting to move out here. So this is a good start here. You've just got to get through this bit first. All right, but that also speaks to new beginnings. Lots of new beginnings once that settling is done. Okay, so that's what we want to hold to. All right, let's see what crystal card we can get for you. Relationship healing. All right. Well, that's quite, considering what I was talking about, relationship and a connection with somebody. So that's really, one, it can speak to encouraging you to connect with the divine, because that is like that connection of love with the divine. And two, it's also, given how these cards have showed up, it is about releasing yourself from self-sabotaging behaviors or relationships, or just any kind of connection, internal or external, that's not benefiting you at all. So that is fabulous for that, isn't it? I love that. This can actually speak to a healing of, for those of you out there who do have a deeper relationship going on. Now, how I'm reading the cards, if that person, that attachment is a particular person, then either if that person generally is a loving person and the excessiveness or the imbalance is actually with you, then, because this does speak to, remember I was saying this letting go, this need to let go would be because there is a very strong attachment to something or someone or a feeling, an energy. So if that is the case, and the person that you're with is actually a loving person, but it's the issues are with how you are so attached or overly obsessive or whatever it is, or a fear of losing them or something like that. If that is the case, then this actually really points to the ability to be able to heal the imbalance of those attachments, and being able to reconnect more authentically, which would be fabulous. But if this is to do with that particular, it's being attached to a person who is not in a nurturing mind or heart, then this is about releasing yourself from that. But certainly, if it, once again, so how many, scenario, okay, so if it's to do with yourself and you actually dealing with internal emotions and tendencies, addictions, habits, etc., then this is about you having the support to actually neutralize and heal that too. So wonderful. We love these here, these two cards. This is what we're going to focus on. You moving out of that fear consciousness, that lack consciousness there. Okay. You finding that, regardless in a relationship, outside of relationship, you finding that emotional stability and maturity there, you know, and connecting with the divine within yourself. Okay, so that's perfect. All right then, Pisces, there we go. That is the reading that I have for you. I really hope that this assists you in some small way as you go through this time. All right, so until I get to connect with you again, you take care of yourselves.